Timothy, what is happening? What's going on? Her voice was shaky now, her eyes searching his face for any sign of the man she had fallen in love with. He chuckled darkly, a sound that sent chills down her spine. You don't know, do you, what I've been hiding from you all this time? It was the evening of their wedding, and the air around the luscious estate was filled with excitement. Candles flickered in the delicate glass holders as soft classical music played in the background. A lavish spread of food lay before them, and champagne flowed freely. Mabel stood by the large bay window in the dining room, staring out at the moonlight landscape, her heart racing with a mix of anticipation and curiosity. She had married Timothy Brown, a man she thought was everything she could have dreamt of. Intelligent, charming, successful. He had a way of making everyone feel at ease, with his quiet confidence. And from the moment they met, she was drawn to him. There was an aura of mystery around him, something hidden beneath the perfect facade. But it never bothered her. After all, every relationship had its secret, didn't it? Tonight was their first night as husband and wife. The day had passed in a whirlwind of vows and celebrations. But the real question lingered in her mind. What would their life together be like? She couldn't help but wonder if there were parts of him, parts he didn't yet share, that would make their fairy tale feel a little more real. She turned toward the sound of his footsteps, and there he was. Timothy, dressed in a perfect tailored suit, his dark hair a little tousled from the excitement of the day, his brown eyes locked onto hers, filled with an intensity that both comforted and unnerved her. He walked over slowly, his presence magnetic. You look stunning, he said, his voice soft but powerful. He kissed her lightly on the lips, the first taste of what would be their life together. Thank you, she replied, her words catching in her throat. I still can't believe it is real. I feel like I've been waiting for this my whole life. Timothy smiled, but there was something behind his eyes, something she couldn't quite place. The best is yet to come, he whispered, and as he led her to the ground staircase, Mabel believed him. The evening wore on, and after dinner, the newlyweds retreated to their private suite. The room was lavishly decorated with velvet curtains, silk sheets, and an enormous four-poster bed that becalmed them. Mabel's heart thumped against her chest as she stood by the window, the sight of the full moon filling the room with a cold, silvery glow. Timothy had excused himself to the bathroom, and she took the opportunity to slip into a soft silk robe, feeling the weight of the evening sink into her bones. As she gazed at her reflection in the mirror, her mind raced. There was something she had never asked him about, something he had carefully kept hidden. She had seen his name in society pages, heard whispers about his past, but he never spoke of it. When Timothy returned, the atmosphere in the room shifted. He was no longer the charming, composed man she had married. His posture was rigid, his jaw clenched. He didn't speak, just moved towards her with an intensity she had never seen before. Timothy, she asked cautiously, her voice trembling ever so slightly. Without a word, he closed the distance between them and grabbed her wrist, pulling her towards the bed. Her heart beat faster, not in excitement but in a groaning sense of unease. Timothy, what is happening? What is going on? Her voice was shaking now, her eyes searching his face for any sign of the man she had fallen in love with. He chuckled darkly, a sound that sent chills down her spine. You don't know, do you, what I have been hiding from you all this time? Before Mabel could react, Timothy turned her around, pressing her against the bed. His hands were rough, unrelenting, and as he leaned close to her ear, she felt something she hadn't expected. An icy, menacing presence radiating from him. You married a lie, Timothy whispered, and tonight you see the truth. In the dim light, Mabel could barely make out the change in his features. His eyes, once kind and loving, were now cold and devoid of warmth. But it wasn't just his eyes. There was something more sinister. His skin seemed to shift in a way that didn't belong to any man. The temperature of the room dropped as though the walls themselves were retreating from him. She gasped. No, this can't be real. You're not. Timothy's lips twisted in a cold smile. His face contorted, shifting unnaturally, revealing a weird form. His features stretched out, distorted, like something from her darkest nightmare. His once groomed hair sprouted thick, dark tendrils, and his smile became an impossibility, wild and jagged. "I told you," he hissed. "You didn't think I was just some rich man, did you? This is who I truly am, Mabel." Mabel was paralyzed, her body locked in terror, as she tried to comprehend what was happening. This monster in front of her, it wasn't Timothy. It couldn't be. But the face staring back at her, twisted in malevolent pleasure, was unmistakable. The voice, deep and guttural now, carried no semblance of the man she had married. Her heart pounded in her chest and she couldn't breathe. "What are you?" she managed to stammer, her voice barely a whisper. Timothy, or whatever this creature was, took a step back, his monstrous form shifting, his eyes glimmering with dark amusement. "I am the inheritance of centuries, a family cursed with wealth, power, and an insatiable thirst for domination." His lips curled as he circled her, his gaze never leaving her face. "You, my dear, were chosen to be my partner in this kingdom." "No, this isn't real," Mabel muttered. Her hands trembled. She wanted to run to escape, but her body betrayed her. "You think you married a man? A millionaire with a perfect life?" He laughed cruelly. "No, you married an heir to an ancient lineage. You are the price, the means to an end." The creature reached out, his cold fingers grazing her cheek. "I had to wait until you were mine, until you were completely dependent on me. Only then could I show you the monster beneath the skin. Only then could I reveal the truth of who I am." Tears sprang to Mabel's eyes. She had been blind, fooled by a man she had fallen deeply in love with. Now the truth was unbearable, more terrifying than anything her mind could have ever imagined. "But now," the creature continued, his voice a rasping whisper, "you'll never leave me. You'll be my queen, and together we will rule." Mabel's heart shattered, and in that moment all her dreams, all her hopes for a future with Timothy, crumbled to dust. She had married a lie, and now she was trapped. "I want a divorce," she spoke up with fear visible in her eyes. "I cannot live with this. This is not the person I vowed to love forever." Timothy laughed. "It is too late, love. No going back. You're never stepping out of this house, and if you try anything funny, be rest assured that your family would be in danger." The night stretched on, and in the cold silence of the estate, the truth echoed in Mabel's mind. There was no escape from the monster she had married, no way out from the curse he had bound her to. Her world was no longer hers. It belonged to him. He had seized all her gadgets. She couldn't call anyone. As she cried herself to sleep, she hoped for the day she would run away from all of this. What would you do if you were in Mabel's shoes? Do you think Timothy can become better? Hope you enjoyed this story. See you in my next story.